So I just had a talk with my beautiful, crazy wife where I told her that the point of the to-do list isn't to finish the to-do list. Like a fucking psycho, she thinks she has to finish her to-do list. God, working on not swearing, so I just call myself out whenever I do it because it's like a mental reprogramming thing. But my wife, as beautiful as she is crazy, because you should never go crazier than they are beautiful, because that's a bad deal. So, as beautiful as she is crazy, she's thinking that she has to finish her to-do list. And she's like, so I'm just a piece of shit because I can't get my to-do list done. It's like, no. Like, you don't finish the to-do list. That's insane. The to-do list is just something you write down so your brain can, like, stop malfunctioning and you can actually get, like, one thing done. That's basically just what the to-do list is. But that's not the point of the video. The point of the video is, I guess, to take a general update, but all I'm thinking about is protein-sparing diets and, like, nitrogen tolerance, nitrogen balance. I think it's nitrogen balance, not nitrogen tolerance. Nitrogen balance in the cells due to protein consumption. I know that there's a relationship between nitrogen balance and iron, but I believe there's also a relationship. Well, I know there's a relationship between nitrogen balance and iron, so I think that kind of just fixes the entire thing right there. But I'm like wondering, the relationship between iron accumulation, nitrogen balance, and like brain sensitivity to stimulants, because I've just been like very non-responsive to Adderall recently, and I've been trying to like I've been lowering the dose, and like lowering the dose just like it doesn't really have an effect. Like Adderall just hasn't been like having that much of an effect recently. Like it's just weird. Like I don't really feel it. Like I just kind of like have been feeling like low energy even when I have high energy. It's been odd. Like it's been rather odd, and I haven't been enjoying it. So I was switching to phenylpiracetam and also just trying to sleep more, because I'm like, what is going on with my brain? Like, why is my brain doing this? Why is my brain not really responding to stimulants? Like, it's like it is, but it's like not. It's like, because it's, I'll get like specific. So, say I take like 30 milligrams of Adderall in the morning, and then eat a bunch of steak, and then take a bunch of caffeine. Like, basically I just feel like the food's just kind of like been like hanging around. So then I like take more caffeine or drink more green tea or something, I drink more water to kind of like get the food to move through my body. But it's like, it's just sort of, I don't know, it feels like there's always something I have to do to get my brain to like turn on. There's always like, I gotta like exercise, you know, I have to consume caffeine and Adderall, I have to exercise, or I have to like meditate, but it's like a brain turning on thing, and it's felt like stimulant tolerance. I'll just be very candid, even though like this is a very stigmatized area of topic, because people are like, what are you, like, are you a drug addict? Are you like what is this? Like, I don't know, that's like the first thing people always ask, like, talk about Adderall stuff, you have a prescription. Well, I do have a prescription, but it's like are you addicted to it? Are you abusing it? You're probably abusing it. That's definitely what it, like, it's just weird. I don't know. People don't really know what to think about it, though. It's probably because they abuse drugs. I don't even drink, but like people abuse drugs all the time. And I don't, which is, I mean, like, not that I couldn't, but it's just like, I really try not to. Like, I just try to always use drugs intelligently, because you only have one brain. If you mess this thing up, what are you gonna fix it with? Like, really, like, if you mess this up, what are you gonna fix it with? This is even why I'm like wary of phenylpiracetam, because I'm like, well, I'm getting this off this website, I tested it, but it's like I have to do more I want to do more thorough chemical tests and actually put that video out there, because I think that's a very important video that does need to be out there, and I can actually like get the testing done. Honestly, the reason I haven't like done the testing is I have to redo the TLC with acetone, because the first time I did with ethyl acetate, and it kind of turned into shit. Like, it was just pretty bad, but it was a good enough test to know that there wasn't other stuff in it, and that it was likely what it said it was. But I think I need to rerun the entire thing with acetone to like get a really good definitive TLC test, and then I even want to do some reagent tests on top of it, because I just don't think you can be too careful with things that you're putting in your brain. So, oh, and then there's the not sleeping thing. So it's like, if I don't take stimulants, but then if I don't take stimulants, I feel like my brain, like, I feel like my brain was just like unfocused but wired. And then if I took stimulants, they didn't really do anything, but they give me energy, and my brain would like turn on, but not in a way that helped me focus per se. So I still felt like I needed to do other stuff to get my brain to focus. I mean, my brain was like working well though. Like, let's be clear, my brain was working well, but I was having these recurrent sleep problems. I had slept last night 6 hours, just awesome. And that's, I believe, because I just started consuming a large amount of carbs. I basically stopped consuming. I didn't consume meat since like maybe like 3 o'clock yesterday, which is a long time for me, because I usually just consume massive quantities of meat all the time. And then like I felt like my body wasn't digesting it the best, but it was still digesting it well though. And this is but yeah, I've basically been having these mixed signals, and I'm really good at supplementation. So this is, I think, a lot of the things. I'm very good at supplementation. I'm very good at regulating my body with exercise. Very good at regulating it with hydration, mineral balance, all this stuff. I'm amazing at that. So, like, amazing, like the best in the world, likely. I mean, if there's other people out there who are better than me, I'd love to meet them, and I'll be like, oh yeah, you're better. Like, but I just haven't, and I don't. Hit me up. I'd love to like chat with other people who actually get what I'm talking about. But basically, yeah, so I get these mixed results because I'm really good. Like, I'll be like, oh, I gotta exercise now, and then like, oh, like, but it was just kind of hitting this wall. And I'm like, well, what do? I just fast for like a week. And I just remembered the last time I did a protein fast, I think was like back in the springtime or something. It was like 2 days. It was very, very minimal protein fast. But I remember I got a good result from it. And I'm like, that's interesting. Okay, so that's something I can do that works well. Good to remember, good to remember. And then I also did a lot of protein fasting back my senior year of high school. Like, that was when I first learned about nitrogen balance, was my senior year of high school. After I'd done keto my entire, like, right now I can tell my eyes, like, I'm more with it. And I've only eaten carbohydrates today. Only. Kombucha, fermented apples, tortilla chips, like organic tortilla chips, which actually haven't affected me, because I'm just doing the protein fast. But I have a lot of fermented apples. I'm just been eating the fermented apples. Kombucha, I have raw milk. I'm gonna have protein, but I'm just gonna fast on carbs and raw milk for the next, probably the rest of the week, until Monday. It's Wednesday right now. We'll see. We'll just see how I feel. And I might do this every fourth week out of the month or something. Like, who knows? But in high school, though, I did a lot of protein fasting, and then I would, like, obviously, like, I would do, like, I would cycle protein, and I did it for, like, 9 months successfully, really, like, 7 months very successfully, and that was from, like, October, November, my senior year of high school, to, like, the summer, my senior year of high school. Once the summer kicked off, my results actually went out the window a little bit, because I think my body had basically burned through all the nitrogen stores in my cells, and I'd already started to experience like the instability of it, but I kind of just pushed through. And then I also kept pushing. My metabolism was like crazy. I was eating like 10,000 calories a day because wrestling is just nuts. So I think that was compensating for it a bit. And I think this is also what helps a lot of MMA fighters from Dagestan who just like eat tons of carbs and stuff. It's like, just if your metabolism is high enough, even if you're a protein type, it can kind of work. But I think that occasionally doing like protein sparing, dieting, protein fasting, like getting rid of protein, maybe unless, even like Mongolians, like I wonder if Mongolians fast on milk for periods of time, or if they don't, they'd probably benefit from it. I mean, like, I think this is the real meaning and purpose of why the Orthodox Church started doing their weird vegan diet that doesn't make any sense. Like, their weird vegan diet that doesn't make any sense. It's like this cyclic pseudo-vegan diet that's just... Like, I love the Orthodox Church, but this weird thing is not even Orthodoxy. It's not even an ecumenical council. It's nothing. It's nothing. For those of you who don't care about the Orthodox Church, I don't, just block this section out, I guess. But it's like nothing. It's not even... It's literally not even anything in the church. It's just this weird tradition that people think is like essential to Christianity when it's not even a part of any Orthodox sect. It's bizarre. For those of you who don't know, the Orthodox Church and even the Catholic Church, but they modified this, believe that you should like not eat any meat on Wednesdays and Fridays, and then for like Lent and then this other feast that's in like December, or no, fast that's in December, you just don't eat any meat. It's insanity. It's just actual madness. I think that fasting from meat and protein for periods of time is beneficial to reduce nitrogen stores in the cell so you can reestablish positive nitrogen balance. I mean, I'm going to go right back in Carnivore after this. But yeah, this is something that was really, really useful to me my senior year of high school when I was like coming out of erectile dysfunction and candida rashes all over my groin and incredible neurosis and insomnia my junior year of high school. And initially keto had worked super well. I was like, oh my God, keto is my savior. And then keto wasn't my savior. And then I was like, what do I do? And then I started protein fasting on like a whim. I think like one book I've read maybe somewhere mentions it, maybe once. I can't really find the book though. I can't find any information on this. At least people talking about it on YouTube or anything. So I was burping because I was gonna like do a lot of research on this before I made a video today. Just do more research on it for myself, and because I'm doing it right now and I want to brush up on it. And I want to see what people have said with like, oh yeah, because my theory with doing this is that it helps with it helps with metabolism and energy because it's easier to get energy from carbohydrates due to the simpler nature of the molecules. So when you're only eating carbohydrates, it requires less digestive machinery, and then the positive nitrogen balance within the cell allows for like nitrogen flow, which probably has various bioelectric benefits, but that allows for easy energy generation at the cellular level and the digestive level and easy digestive breakdown. So the cyclic response, the feedback loop between the brain and the gut can run smoothly because energy generation is easy, also due to like high insulin sensitivity. I think high insulin sensitivity also helps with this, and the fact I'm not consuming really any protein. So I'm just gonna go like plow down a ton of carbs later today, and I'm just gonna keep doing this until I feel like it would benefit me to chug an entire gallon of raw milk. And then I'm going to chug an entire gallon of raw milk, and then I'm probably going to go back on this, and then might go off it, and then I'll probably do this experiment again in 3 weeks. Just to see, you know. It's interesting. It's really interesting, because there's not a lot of literature on this. I think this, actually, I feel like this is going to help me basically resensitize my brain to stimulants in the weirdest way, because like I've just been consuming a lot of stimulants, like green tea, caffeine, like even like taking days off of Adderall, and then I have like extra Adderall, and like some of the days I take like 45 milligrams of Adderall, and it's just like doesn't do anything. It doesn't do like, it just like I feel my body is not really like, it does something, but I feel like it's whatever it's doing is like stressful on my body and not really what it needs. And it's probably because I'm trying to overcome the lack of, or the positive nitrogen balance at the cellular level by increasing metabolism, by increasing brain metabolism with drugs, which isn't helpful. I don't think that's actually helpful. So I think that what I should be doing is what I'm doing now, which is, like, I've taken way less caffeine today. I think I've taken like 10 milligrams of Adderall and like 400 milligrams of caffeine, which isn't that much caffeine for me. I don't think like up to like 600 milligrams. That's why I'm like, I don't want to like take more caffeine, because it's like, this is just a lot of caffeine. And I'm drinking green tea on top of it, and I'm taking Adderall on top of it. Like, this is a lot of stimulants. Like, why am I not feeling the stimulant effect? Then I take a bunch of supplements, and I'm like, okay, this does a lot. Like, this is doing a lot, and that's why I've been able to like be productive. But I'm like, I can feel like I'm forcing it though. Like, it's working, but I can feel that I'm forcing it. I don't like that, because I'm not the sort of person who wants to force shit in my body. I don't like it. Force things in my body. I don't like it when I feel like I'm forcing things in my body, because I know that at some point there's going to be a breakdown. So I was like playing around with ideas. I'm like, let's just go back to protein fasting. Let's go back to protein fasting. Let's just throw in a protein fast. Let's see how I feel. And I can honestly say my energy level's through the roof. Like, at the end of the day now, I feel like the protein fast is really kicking in. It's now been like over 24 hours on this protein sparing diet. And now I'm like, okay, nice. Like, look at my eyes. I mean, you can see, like, I'm very clued in, very focused, but I'm not really wired. It's cool. Like, okay, this is a really good headspace, but I can feel like the carb cravings coming. And it's fine. Like, I'm just gonna feed the carb cravings, just let my body see how many carbs it can burn for like a few days. Just burn my body out of protein, and then I'll just go right back on. Like liver helps. Like, the raw liver was really helping me sleep, and it was helping me with my brain focus. I just had the raw liver. I'm like, okay, raw liver, egg yolks, like, we're going, but I'm forcing it. Like, I'm forcing it though, because I'm not getting like the crazy raw liver effect. Like, I take the B vitamins, we get the crazy B vitamin effect. Like, I like to just feel high all the time, but not in like a drugged out sense, like in a super lucid, clear-headed, see through the matrix, like Neo seeing the lines of code kind of a way. I just like to feel like that all the time, because I'm alive, and why the heck wouldn't I want to feel that way all the time? It's awesome. But I want to feel that way without drugs, because I don't want to mess my brain up. Because like I said, if you mess up your brain, what are you going to fix it with? So, again, drugs have their place, but it's like, how do I get the drug effect without the drugs? Like, I don't want to just feel okay. I want to feel awesome. Like, I've spent 20,000 hours studying how to feel awesome and how to fix problems with health. Like, I don't want to just feel okay. I want to feel awesome. So when I was eating the raw liver, like eating raw liver on a ketogenic diet, taking all the vitamins I know about, doing the exercise and the breathing techniques and the green tea and the gallon of spring water, and I was still just feeling okay. I'm like, this isn't my vibe. To put it in my beautiful wife's terms. I love that woman. It's not my vibe. So how do I make it my vibe? You know? Like, okay. Well, the whole God engine formula and hypothesis is based on this idea of alternating energy sources leading to increased metabolism, enzyme production, gut bacterial, HPA axis regulation, and alternating between disparate states that are opposites but are actually one. Sleep, awake, exercise, rest, eating, fasting, carbs, protein, and fat. You see what I'm saying? So, carb time, baby. That's what it is, carb time, baby. So I just broke out the raw honey. I'll probably get some fruit when I'm at like the grocery store after this. But like, get some fruit and just pound the carbs, because that's what this whole hypothesis is about. Like, if I can't generate energy by moving between opposite poles, then this whole hypothesis that I'm building everything on is bunk, and I should find something else to do, or at least make a better hypothesis. So I just went for it again, like I always do, and here I am feeling awesome-tastic. And because I'm feeling fan-awesome-tastic, I am, I don't know, I'm going to keep doing this. I'm just going to document it so you guys can see how this all works out for me. And, yeah, I'll probably just formalize and publish all this stuff in my book when I actually, like, publish that book. I've written it all out, but I just have to, like, organize my notes and stuff and actually publish it. I've got, like, 3 books written out, but I just have to, like, be like, okay, how am I going to actually organize this into, like, something? So, like, people, like, just let me know. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on stuff, because it actually helps. Like, I had this guy at the gym I was talking to tell me, he was like, I just want a book on what supplements to take and how I know they work. And I'm like, I could do that. So that's actually one of my plans for a book, but I'm, like, doing other stuff first. But basically, namely bringing all these supplements to market. So that's my latest thing. I gotta, like, go manufacture all this stuff at a commercial kitchen and then make it available to everyone. So that's gonna be real fun. So yeah, but my brain feels amazing now. Like, I feel like I'm on a lot of stimulants without being on a lot of stimulants, and, like, the stimulants are working way better. It is awesome. Like, I feel like this is working really, really well. And, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've been given a new lease on life. I mean, I was already feeling, like, pretty okay from Carnivore. But I had this sleep. My brain was just not quite there, you know? I mean, it'd be there for, like, 3 hours solidly, 4 hours in the middle of the day. But, like, even then, it was a lot of effort. And I'm like... So this feels like the elegant solution, because I can then go back on Carnivore and then get the new Carnivore high where my brain's just like, whoa, we're on Carnivore again. And they can go back to the carbs, and I just keep doing this while exercising and breathing and doing my stuff. It's the God engine, baby. It's the alternation between the disparate poles that creates this unity of motion, sleep, awake. Like, muscles must tense and relax. There's this balance of opposites that is created. And I want to study all this stuff too, because actually when I was doing this in high school, I believe I was able to eat gluten at periods of time. I didn't actually react to gluten, and I want to look into, like, how this relates with autoimmunity, how this relates with, like, everything. I mean, I think this is really, really, really interesting stuff. And I intend to, with my brother, spend the rest of, I don't know, spend at least till I'm, like, 60 or whenever I retire and decide to become, like, a reclusive legendary hermit that lives in the mountains and balances on, like, a hiking stick and, like, teaches X-Men how to fight. I don't know, like, that's kind of what I see myself doing when I'm in my 60s, like X-Men. Like, I used to have a joke in high school that this guy who won New England's Verruet used to train in the woods with Wolverine. So, because he beat Eric Reyes, who is this dude who beat the crap out of me at a wrestling match my sophomore year of high school. He was, like, really good, won states and everything. And I was like, the guy who beat him must train in the woods with Wolverine. So my goal when I'm 60 is to, like, live in the woods and train Wolverine. So, yeah, kind of like the Shoguns and stuff. Like, they'd, like, retire and just be like, I live in the cottage and drink tea and I have my sword, and I just walk around and be badass. And people find me and ask me for wisdom and stuff. Like, that sounds cool. So until I do that, I want to, like, really investigate all this stuff and just build products and services and, like, a whole empire based on this understanding that honestly seems to have just been given to me. I mean, like, it's really cool. Like, I don't know. It's just really, really awesome. Like, I mean, given to me, like, through my culture, like, without a doubt, like, mystically given. I mean, kind of mystically, because it's really crazy that this all exists. So I feel like it was, like, mystically given to me, but it's fascinating. Like, I really love my culture, and I love, like, being a part of the intellectual system of my culture, because I've, like, realized, like, when you're a part of that intellectual system and you're talking to, like, people who are doctors, they're, like, psychiatrists and stuff, it's like you're really, like, pulling on the entire collective wisdom of this beautiful system we've made in a very systematic and procedural way that's really quite amazing. And I'm just this node pulling on that, and I really, I don't know, I really feel that. But yeah, I'll get more videos out scientifically on protein fasting, because it's really, really interesting. And I think, like, right now, like, look at my eyes. I've consumed less Adderall today, less stimulants than any other day of the week, but I feel much more focused and with it and stimulated. And I think that's because the stimulants were stimulating my brain, which was then stimulating my gut, to break down all the carbs and stuff. But because I've been eating all the enzyme-rich foods and probiotics, the carbs break themselves down easier. That, and my gut's so used to protein that it's very ready for the carbs due to insulin and all these other things. My gut is now driving my brain metabolism. And I believe my gut does that on a carnivore diet too, when it's working properly. And I think that that's what the gut should do. The gut drives brain metabolism. The brain does not drive gut metabolism, because the brain is driving gut metabolism. I think that might be the definition of stress metabolism. And I want to really look into all this stuff, because this is all just super interesting to me. So let me know what you think in the comments below, because if you guys think about this stuff too, I would honestly love to hear it. It's just, there's too few people talking about this stuff. Like, it really is. Not like the dark arts, but like the mystic arts. It's just, I could talk about it forever, honestly. And that's the beauty of, like, I felt with some of my videos, I have to keep kind of push myself to like put in effort to make my brain keep doing the thing. But my brain's just going. I'm like, oh yeah, this is like, again, I've experienced this. Like in high school, my junior year of high school, like, my brain has been in so many different states of consciousness due to dietary, like, switches, health problems, all this, like, just experimentation on my brain. Like, I used to just make myself go through caffeine withdrawal in middle school just for the heck of it to see what it was like. Like, so I'm just like, and I feel my brain's just going. It's just like, it feels good. And I'm like, okay, baby. And I've got like decades of notes in all my journals and stuff on exactly how I've been doing this experimentation. This is all just, I'm going to clean my office tomorrow, and I'm just going to like get all my paperwork filed so I can like, I just want to spend the next like 20 years just going through all my notes and just doing research and writing books on my notes and building products on my notes, because there's just so much interesting stuff I've noticed. And on that note, until next time, ladies and gentlemen.